Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the Nest, and if you look a little closely at this, you can see that I am safely home in my nest. So it is with absolute joy I welcome you for the first time in 2025. I've been having such a special time, but as I've already shared, there's no place like home. So I have done literally enough unpacking to get to my treasures, and I thought I'd share a little bit more about um, what I was doing, what I've been stitching on the plane, and my where to next. Some ideas. This is nothing to do with my pouches in the nest because that's buried somewhere. But that will be my discovery. So, first of all, though, how are you? We're midweek. How can the year be flying so fast already? Truly, I am determined to grip onto every single day to celebrate, to do my gratitude. I've just caught up on that, and one of my greatest gratitudes is discovering slow stitching and this community and just continuing this relationship and the connection. Okay, so as I always say before I share some things, I feel very, very blessed. And I know that we all can't go shopping all the time, but there is nothing, well, I find, like sharing the joy of others. So I shared a picture of this, I think, on my in my Facebook group, but I don't think I've YouTubed about it. This is a little basket that I got in my very first day of holidays. It's gone to the shops with me. It's, yeah, carried my stitching, and now it's carrying treasures. I've added to it one of these tassels, and forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but you know me, when I love things, I can't stop sharing them. So here's a dingle dangle tassel that won't always stay there, but it's just bringing joy. And this was the carrier of some things. So I'm going to sit down on the way home and just share with you. And I suppose there is no doubt that if you didn't know that Kate loves bags and baskets and pouches before this, by the end of this video, you'll know that um, now, because I'm sharing with you, I actually go, oh, I'd love to show this and I'd love to stitch this. So that's what this is about. So let's go back to this beautiful. Now, I think I don't know whether I've told you, but this was the cane basket. So these are ideas, everyone. When we go thrifting or oppie shopping, you know, you can pick up something else and make it your own. This is covered with a myriad of crocheted flowers, and that is just joy to feel. So many people stopped and commented on this and presumed that I had made it, and I want to, but in the meantime I'm just going to feast and look for ideas on different ways to crochet flowers. So let's go inside. And it was actually, will I lay that down so you can still see it? Yeah. I did a last minute shop at the airport, and airports usually are not the best place for handicrafts, but it ended up being a little haven for me. So I'm going to show you what I got. I'm going to, and come back to this at the end of showing and do some stitching on here, because this is a little pink zippered tiny pouch. It's lined, it's soft, it's great for holding little bits and pieces, and there's enough of me there, except, and please don't quote me, I do like burgundy, but here I would like to make that pop a little bit more with some things that I've learned. So we're always on the lookout for things that we can make our own. So similarly, look at this one. I actually thought, I don't like that there, but it could grip. I think this might be for, I don't know, AirPods or something like that. It's got a little zipper. I just couldn't resist the shape and his ideas for copying. Little zipper, and this is lined in here with beautiful rose fabric. So as I think about it, that could be maybe the cord for your AirPods or headphones. And inside here, look at this. That's a beautiful zipper. Oh, it's still got this in. It's come home with me. It's lined, but it's got two different fabrics. Now that appeals to me. They don't really match, but they're beautiful. And here on the back is this little hanger. So I'm going to take this thing off. And again, I think, what if I put some trinkets or some of these, can you see what I'm thinking? Some crochet flowers over that to make it 3D. So let's keep our eyes open, as many of you are, in thrift stores for little bits and pieces like this. This was, it was under $10 Australian, so it was very, very, very reasonable. And I thought that was just great to look at that beautiful binding and get an idea of shapes. Okay, I shared that I wanted to show you these the other night, and I forgot to bring them over. I harvested, because I bought a larger needlepoint. I think these are tiny cross stitches, and I harvested them to save room. And I've used the flower of this one and brought the green home. So beautiful pieces that will pop up in my work. Okay, here's another pouch idea. Oh, let's just, can I say that when you go away, you make choices about what you take, and when you come home, you realise, and I'm already making notes about what I missed. I very much missed these scissors already that I only got, before I went, and the Vanessa's hearts on there, but so sharp, and now to have them in my hands. So this is another idea. This is a drawstring pouch, but it's on this base. Many of you might know how to make this already. Is it like the Japanese ricey bags? I'm not sure, but that's denim, so it's sturdy. It can stand up, and what I loved is this beautiful, it's like a gingham with a raised daisy. And again, I just thought, I'm going to, what's Kate going to do? Build a garden and put flowers. And because I'm home, what I love is I can just reach out and feel things and get ideas from my nests that I haven't seen for a few weeks. So look at that. Before we know it, that's telling me it belongs there. So where are the pins, Kate? I know where they are. They're just down a few layers. So I hope you get that idea. That's exciting me already. Oh, look, pouches. Can I say also at this point, I really hope you're well. And I have to say that the excitement of looking at each other's pouches, and some are confessing that they're thinking about February already. So am I. But let's, I don't want us to wish our life away, because just make more pouches in January. But look at that. So that one's going on. This was a ready-made, like, commercial pouch that I just love because it already had a dangle on it. Don't know whether I've shown you this before, but on the plane that carried my wools. So we'll leave that open. And I did discover this thicker wool, it was stranded, so I've pulled that apart, and that was very, very useful. Okay, just want to keep all of these. Okay, let's go to this piece. I have absolutely adored, and I just want to make sure that you can see, because this for me has been a big step forward in Kate's work. I have spent probably the most time. Let's do some. Oh gosh, that's a tin. Not used to having space around me. I've spent the most time actually working on this piece, and I discovered this was the material I took with me, but just adding some fluoro. There's my ends. Let's just trim them on the spot. And on the plane, I just had in it, as I said, my other wallet and my pins and needles and my wool, like that. So easy, thin, you know what I'm trying to say, but it's both purposeful and a piece of work that's continuing to grow. So there you are. I've got that poppy there. I've been really layering around here. What did I really enjoy? Oh, I've got French knots in there, and I've added the butterfly and the lady beetle and worked those flowers. So still lots more to do, and I love that I did that last night on the plane. It's just coming back to me. That was cream underneath, and I wanted it to pop. Little bit of stitching there. So how much fun is stitching? Oh, this is what I want to show you to make you smile. The Lady Beetles spots have now turned into fluoro orange, and there's more work to be done. So why was I showing you that? Can't remember, but that's been my main main project. Which brings me to under here, a little bit of a truncle. Look how beautifully they wrap things. So I left this one. I'm just going to chop it. So just like the pink one that I've used on this bag, I've bought another set of these. The girl said, you know, it's to hang on your bag, but I've already harvested. But look at these little roses. And they're subtly in orange and a lighter tone and a cream, and the leaves. So again, let's just keep our eyes peeled and be looking at things in a new way. Well, that's what I am since I'm sharing all these. Okay, I have two special things. Let's do this one. This was the airport shop, and you might go, what is she doing? Well, I walked past these and I came back and I thought, that's the sign that I would forever regret. Now, this is not a pouch as such, but it is a purse. And look at this for a shape, and look at the lining. Oh, and this is all embroidered in wool. I hope you can see her. She was just smiling at me with joy. Now, I don't know whether these might turn into a joy pouch that flies away. I don't know. But this one does have a long chain in there as well. I think I like it without the chain. So let's just take that off. Not liking the metal, but I could always crochet something. There we go, let's put, but look at that pink stripe. I didn't even know that. But the fabric, again, is embossed with all these beautiful little flowers. So I'm going to stitch over the top of them. And no doubt you'll see her again. So she was the first. So I rummaged and rummaged and rummaged. And then I saw this one. Now you may not like these. I showed them to my husband, who did not share the same degree of absolute joy that I had as I showed him. But it's got this quirky aqua. I think it reminded me of our holiday destination. Look at that, the contrast of the pink around there. So I'm immediately going to do some Cantha in pink. There's a little cat's face there that could be made more of. And look, just for me, the learning. I keep thinking of Rachel and Sarah's, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery and the Still Life. And I think maybe what's on my mind is all different flowers. Now, they haven't said there's going to be a vase, but I'm hoping there will be a vase of flowers or a jug of flowers or just some flowers at some point. But the stitching, it's got green here, so completely different. And beautiful. And I do know that some of you say, you share with me that you understand my love of pouches. My husband did say, Kate, they're going to other people, aren't they? And I go, yes, they are. Okay, so 2 things and then we'll try some stitching together. A few of you commented, and some friends told me before I went that Thailand was known for its silks, and I didn't find any until the last minute at the airport, and this was how it was wrapped. It was just sitting there. So this was probably my most expensive purchase, but it is silk. What does that say? 100%. But look at this colour. I haven't actually unwrapped the whole thing, but there's so much of it. But I just thought I'll probably wear it first. It also smells beautiful. But these little bursts of texture on a bag or a pouch or a nest all round by with what I'm wearing for a while, I think. But if ever I want it, oh, it's so much, actually. Look at that. There is so much material. Fabric. Look at that. Just that square alone, pouch-wise, or on a quilt. Oh, I haven't told you yet. Anyway, so much news to share with you now that I'm home, and I'll get all my plans organised and let you know. But just the dyeing of it, just glorious. There's a bit of blue in there and more, and then all of these pinks. And there is a tiny, look at that, a tiny little fringe. Very elegant. So there we are. I suppose I hesitate when I buy new, but there are some things that I would have to search far and wide in a thrift store to get that beauty and that joy. So that one, let me keep that out. See how the nest is looking happy. I think I showed you some of my trims that I got, but in here, and this relates back to the Joy to the World, the Joy to the World pouch, January Joy. And I see a few of you have been doing, oh, look at that, C as in SE, have been using the ocean and the fishes. And just stay tuned about Kate's January joy. But I bought some of these dingle dangles. I may have shown you them before. There's some more. And look at this big one. I got quite carried away with those. Some little fringes, tassels in there. Oh, another butterfly and some, yeah, quirky trinkets. So there we go. The nest, look at it. I'm back. And happy, happy, happy. Okay, the last thing. Yes, it's another pouch. Well, I thought it was a pouch, drawstring. And then I showed my husband that it went like that. And then he said, what's that? And it's actually a long strap. I also like supporting the people who make these things and bringing them home and sharing them. But guess what attracted me to this one? The beading. So they're like little stars. And they've got sequins. This one's got green all over. They're very different, but that was joyful. And again, I'm thinking, how do we layer? Oh, there we go. Don't want the blue. That's the trim that I brought back with me. If I had another crochet flower. Oh. See? Happy, happy, happy. Ah, just adoring. So there's another whole other colorway that just in the blink of an eye I'm dreaming of, but most of all, scrunchy wunchy and fully lined. Okay, so I suppose I've shared that because I kept watching Beck from Sobi Curated's Japan haul over and over, and then I looked at Sarah's, and then I looked at Rachel's. So I hope you don't mind, girls, that I'm doing the same, being in a completely different direction, but it's like our little Christmas present to ourselves. And I'm not going to go to the Oppie Shoppies for a while. It's settling down month, isn't it? But I do dream of making my pouches and sending them to Fly. And that will be a joyful thing for me to do. And hopefully the receiver loves it too. All right, so Kate's just looking at that green there and thinking the garden. I know, that's why I went to that bag, because I needed my little pins and needles. Oh. Where's my scissors? Okay, so there they are. Right, so let's just look at the little detail there. So we'll grow the garden that way. And then we'll put flowers, etc. And this is lined in a different colour. So incredibly inexpensive is all I can say. So much that I couldn't leave it. I wouldn't be able to buy any of the fabric. All right, under here is something that we will stitch. And it's this one. So my idea is, and I haven't even put a needle near it, is that I would like to use some of these effects over here and brighten it up and lift it. This has been done in cotton. Yeah, it's really the wrong colour for me. It's beautiful, but I want to make it I want to see if I can get it more like this. So the question is, what do I need? That's very, very bright. I've got that cotton. I've got this cotton. These are Zoe's Snips travel scissors. Overseas, I was not even in Australia, domestic. Someone asked me about them at security, international, not even a quiver. And Zoe's online is live now, so you can go and have a look at those. There's some wool. I can't wait to get down into my supplies and get my variegated wools back out because I didn't take enough of those. Okay, let's just leave that under there. So the nest is really in play now. We need a needle. First stitch in the nest. So let's go here. So the jet lag update is, the good news is it's afternoon here in Australia, but it's, for me, I'm just waking up, so that's why watch out, everyone. So I haven't seen this before. It's like little H's, like one stroke and then two. So let's just start anywhere we can. First, oh, can you see me? I better, yep, so out of practice. And I just assumed that this would be easy to stitch, and of course it is. I've got the window open because I haven't been in here for a while. It was a bit musty, but I have to say it is cold. So back to I think it was like 12 degrees Celsius. Which after the tropics is noticeable. So the good news about the jet lag, if I haven't said this before, is that I think I'll be awake late tonight stitching away. So just putting a little bit of orange, what we would call that seed stitch. And now let's go along this seam line. Like a saddle stitch, would that be called? When you go around the edges, you probably can't see it, but by the time this is done, there will be lots more of my, well, they're not my colours, but you know what I'm trying to say, the brights. Starting to make this pop. We'll go back. Actually, I might just go close that window because it's making the door rattle behind me. Hang on, if I could unthread myself. Oh, kick the table at the same time. All right. Where am I actually stitching? Here. Okay, so let's use up the thread. And I suppose that was an experiment for me because it's actually not as bright as I wanted that orange to come out. So when I do this flower, we are going to hit the brights. How is your world after, you know, the lovely time of Christmas and New Year where time sort of slows down, doesn't it? Are you back at work or back into the normal structure? It's so precious to hang on, isn't it? I just had an idea that'd be fun to do some French knots, so let's do one down here. Use the thread up. Oh, but that needle came out, so let's... Oh. All right, where's that? What have I got? So we're going to gradually make more yellows and oranges. It's not quite there yet. Yep. So we're transforming the colorway and it mightn't be right straight away. There's that hot pink cotton. Buried already. Actually, this is like DMC that I bought over there and I didn't use. So let's see how this goes. When you can't find the needle you use, oh, there it is, sticking out there. Okay, let's do one of these small ones as a practice. So I think of Fleur and I go, she says start in the middle of the petal. Oh, great start, Kate. Wanted that to separate a little bit more. Quite thick. very thick. A very long tail. I think sometimes you just got to start and experiment. And if I hated it, I could just quickly undo it. But we're heading in the right direction, I think. I did see some lovely fashions in the market where a lot of young designers were doing these sorts of flowers on clothing and birds, and I was really impressed. But I didn't need any additional clothes, so I just took pictures and spoke to them and said what beautiful work they were doing. So what would we call this? We're embellishing, I suppose. Like that. I'm going to run out of cotton, which is going to be a little sad. Oh no, we might make it. I'm not even counting how many bits. Here we go. What do you think? That's how it was, and this is how it is now. All right, let's do, because this is some of my favorites, this layer upon layer, and the oranges and the pinks. So let's put some wool on it. Not enough contrast. Can't find the end. And let's separate this. Is that the word? Much harder said than done. I think it's my tired eyes. I can't see where I've pulled it apart. Let's try the other end. it's all tangling, so you don't need to see that. There we are, we've got enough. I could have been using that one. I'll use that there. I might need a coffee to keep me going. All right. Is it too early? I don't think so. Now the good thing about this wool is was so inexpensive, and it's acrylic, and I haven't used acrylic before, but for something like this, it's actually nice and thick, cheery, and these are the sorts of bits that you find at thrift stores. Again, I'm really not worrying about a realistic looking pattern. I'm also looking forward to getting into my journaling now that I can spread out and have my ruler and to rip and all those sorts of things, because I've been watching Rachel, and I'm just itching to do some things. I might do journal January, even though I'm late starting. I would love to do that, and I'll share that. So to always check I'm not sewing it together. This is thick. Let's just go over here. They're not even, but I'm going to do a hot pink, fluoro pink, I think, as well. So some of the petals will have more of one colour than the other. Oh, I'd like just to make this one, but I don't know whether I can. Don't look, everyone. Oh. Yep. There we are. So that's the start of the flower becoming a little bit brighter and happier. And just looking over in, oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the time where, not that one. I'm just looking to see if I had got these buttons in the jars. Who knows? It's going to become 3D, and I've already had a lot of fun doing that, and I've just looked at the length of the video, and I have totally got carried away with you, haven't I? But I can't leave that all yellow, so I'm going to put, I won't put my thumb there. But that is it for now. I think I'm just grateful if you've watched this. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just a little celebration of me being back in my happy, happy place. We can have happy holiday places, but there's nowhere like home, and especially if you have friends to share it with. So there's my friend sharing with you as well. So until next time, this is Kate in the Nest saying take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.